Hi, I'm Brayden, and I'm going to be reading the Jonah and the Whale from the Brick storybook for kids. One day, God said to Jonah, "The people in a faraway city of Nineveh have been very bad. I want you to go there and tell the people that I know how bad they have been and that I will soon punish them severely." But Jonah did not want to do this. Instead, he ran away from God. He found some sailors who were taking their ship in the opposite direction from Nineveh and went with them. While the ship was at sea, God sent a powerful storm against them. The sailors were terrified that their ship would break apart in the roaring wind and mighty waves. The sailors cried out to the heavens for help. As the water began to fill the ship, they had to throw all their cargo overboard to keep them from sinking. Meanwhile, below deck, Jonah was sound asleep. The captain of the ship came to him and said, "How can you sleep at a time like this? Wake up and ask your God to save us from the storm." Jonah got up and told the sailors, "Listen, this is my fault. We are all in danger. I tried to run away from God. The only way to end the storm is to throw me overboard." The sailors did not want Jonah to drown in the raging sea, but the storm was growing worse by the minute, so they asked God to forgive them, and they lifted up Jonah and tossed him over the edge of the ship. As soon as Jonah was in the water, the sea calmed and the storm ended. The sailors celebrated and praised God. Then God sent a huge whale that swallowed Jonah. Jonah was in the belly of the whale for 3 days and nights. While there, he prayed to God to rescue him and promised to worship him in the future. Then God commanded the whale to spit Jonah out onto dry land. Again, God said to Jonah, "Go to the faraway city of Nineveh and tell them that I know how bad they have been and that I will punish them severely." This time Jonah immediately set off for Nineveh. After many days, he arrived at the great capital of Assyria Empire, a city that was home to over 120 people. Oh. Nineveh was a huge city that took 3 days to walk across. Once Jonah had walked for a full day, he began to announce, "In 40 days, God will completely destroy this city." When Nineveh's king heard this, he said that everyone must stop being bad and stop hurting others. He ordered the people and animals to stop eating and drinking so God would see that they were serious about changing their ways. Everyone in Nineveh did just what the king ordered. They stopped being bad and hurting other people, and they did not let anyone or any animals eat or drink anything. Jonah left the city and walked a distance away. Then he sat down in the hot sun and watched God destroy the city. Then God saw that the people of Nineveh were serious about changing their ways. However, he decided not to destroy them and their city, as he had said he would do. This made Jonah very angry. He said to God, I knew that if the people of Nineveh changed their ways, you would forgive them because you are merciful. I ran away from you and did not warn them because I wanted you to give them their punishment they deserved. But God said to Jonah, is it right for you to be so angry? As Jonah continued to watch the city, God caused a little plant next to Jonah to grow tall and provide him with a shade. Jonah was happy to have this plant bring him relief from the terrible heat of the sun. The next morning, however, God caused the plant to dry up and die. And all day the sun beat down on Jonah, and he became very angry that his plant had died. Then God said to Jonah, are you really so concerned about this plant? And Jonah replied, yes, I am very angry about it. God said, if you have so much concern over a little plant, shouldn't I show even more concern for a huge city full of people and animals? Jonah began his long walk home, having learned something about how God treats his creations. The end.